Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. This is a special session for ClearTech Research and ClearTech Loop. I am here with Ajay Patel, General Manager of Apptio, and welcome Ajay. Thank you
Thank you,
for
Joe.
time to visit. And you guys all know me, but I'm Joe Peterson. I'm the Vice President of Cloud and Security for Clarify 360, and I'm the Chief Analyst at ClearTech Research. And I'm super excited to be joining Ajay at an Apptio conference that is coming up here in November. And I want to ask him some questions so that y'all can get a feeling of what's going to happen at the conference and what the focus is. So we wouldn't be talking about anything in tech right now if we weren't talking about AI. AI is everywhere.
Absolutely.
But without the right context, it can quickly send you down the wrong path instead of helping you make better decisions. So in our chat today, Ajay and I will explore how a layer of financial intelligence, and that's built by unifying and enriching the data from across the enterprise, transforms AI from this novelty into this trusted business advisor. And every CIO and technology leader I speak to right now is super eager to make smarter investments to optimize their cost in the AI space and to unlock business value that's really measurable from their IT and AI initiatives. Would you say that that's fair, Ajay?
Joe, absolutely correct. I mean, if you look at the hype we had a couple of years to now, most customers moving from experimentation to moving to production. The X factor, as I call it, is the cost. And am I spending money on the right set of AI projects, and are the outcomes going to be there? And so all of us are struggling with that. I deliver a scale SaaS offering, and we're starting to look at, okay, what's the pricing model going to look like? What's the benefit of the customer? What's the business value and the income that we can generate from these capabilities? Is this just a feature? Is it a differentiator? So even I, as a service provider or a solution provider, have to fundamentally look at bringing AI into the fold, but being able to measure the value that customers get out of and how we can monetize it. Or we cannot monetize, it's just a feature that we need to enable in the core platform.
That's a really good point. So let's dig in a little bit. Through your lens, talk to us about how financial intelligence turns AI into that measurable return on investment that everybody's looking for.
If you start thinking about where the vision we have with Apptio, and it's fundamentally what TBM is all about, has been about democratizing information to make smarter decisions. You made the point earlier. AI is just another enabler for how you drive better insights and smarter decisions. If you think about the enterprise, typically you have the system of record, the traditional enterprise systems. We call them your systems of work, where work happens. But what's been missing is the rich context you need to bring information from different places, right? From these silos of information. And I call it the multifaceted, multidimensional problem of being able to look at a problem statement, bring the right richness of context, and make decisions. And what if you could have a series of financial experts available at your fingertips? And so think about this layer of enterprise financial intelligence is about building those set of financial experts by persona, by user. So as I'm making my day-to-day business decisions, I have that information at my fingertips. So I can make those smarter decisions you talked about, so that I can enable and make those trade-off calls of where do I invest? Do I have my best people working on the right projects? Which of these AI projects are going to deliver the value, and how do I put them in production? So it's really that financial intelligence layer is about democratizing information, making this series of financial experts that you build out using your data, make it available to the end user, so they, in the way of working, can leverage these experts into making good business decisions.
That's a great answer. And talk to me and educate me a little bit here, because I'm not a finance person, right? I'm an engineer. And so if I think about ROI, I think about in my head a direct financial gain, but that really kind of doesn't capture sort of the full multifaceted value of AI that you were just chatting about. Right. Apptio helps customers look at both hard and soft metrics. Yep. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Let me pull back a little bit and give you kind of a framework to think about.
Yeah.
The framework starts with basic visibility. Do you even know all the AI projects that are going out there? And what's the total cost of each of them? It's not just infrastructure cost. It's your people. It's the change management. It's the data cost to get it all together. So you need to get a full picture of just visibility, I'll call it.
Mhm.
Then you have what I call accountability. Is this project linked to a business unit or a business initiative or an outcome that you're trying to drive? The third piece of that is what you said. How do I start to then measure the TCO or the value, which is the hard ROI and the soft ROI? And the soft ROI, it could be simply as, if my customer experience is going to go up, that translates into better retention, which equates to more recurring customer and share of wallet. It's too removed from the hard metric of, hey, did we just get that ROI? It's harder to measure, but you have, different methods you can look to get early indicators. Like in my own business, right? If I can improve the time to value of a customer, I could pretty much tie that back to my retention rate. The end goal could be a retention rate. And I said, okay, how do I bring AI so my customers can self-onboard, can quickly get the value out of the technology and get the insights they need? And it's not just one time. If I can make this recurring, the customer is more likely to stay with us and keep purchasing more software from us as their use expands. So that's a great example of how we think about the soft factor. It's not just about the hard ROI, but trying to drive the three aspects of visibility, accountability, and then being able to align strategically in terms of hard and soft metrics. You can measure the benefit of that AI investment, making sure it's valuable to the business.
Yeah, and that's such a good comprehensive look for any executive, because then you make it in a language that they understand, right? So let's talk about employee adoption and trust, because we've seen this. I know you've seen it in the marketplace. A customer, you're smiling already because you know what I'm going to ask. A customer brings on an AI tool and he thinks, gee whiz, everybody's going to use it, right? And adoption falls flat. And I know that in the Apptio AI framework, there's a chance to foster a conversation about responsible AI governance and adoption and trust. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think at the end of the day, what I always say, garbage in, garbage out. It starts with the data, right? And we've been really blessed by having our customers trust and work with us for the last 14 years. So we have now built over 14 years, a rich intelligence of how people are using and spending their investments in technology. That gives us a backdrop or the context on which we can provide rich insight, right? Having said that, we don't believe this is about taking the human out of the loop. So in one part of it, we provide you kind of the expert guidance to reduce that cognitive factor so that you can start to be more effective at your job. And so you build that trust over time till you get to a point where, for example, if I make you a recommendation that you need to reduce that compute usage, I do that over and over, and I keep giving you that and 100% right all the time, and I'm not affecting the performance. At some point, the user is going to say, I trust it. Can you automate that action for me? For those scenarios, just take care of it for me. So what we've learned over time is AI starts with a productivity tool. It starts providing you rich insight and making you smarter decisions. It starts taking away some of the mundane work, and you kind of walk into building that trust. And it starts by making sure the data is accurate, the data is valuable, the data is organized correctly. We have less hallucinations. And we're not going after those business or mission critical outcomes. We're starting with just simple things that drive tremendous value. And as we do that, our customers build confidence. This is the way we in Apptio are delivering value. On the customer side, our customers are starting to factor in the risk appetite as part of the strategic alignment. Where should they apply AI? And so we start to factor in, not just in the soft metrics you and I talked about, risk is a big element of it. Ethics is a big element of it. And each company is defining their policies. It's very much like sustainability. There's some companies that really are truly embracing sustainability and putting in the lifeblood of the organization. Others are doing a check mark for the board and for the financial reporting. I think AI is a little bit of that same. Responsible AI is the responsibility of the company on how they use the tools. These are just tools. And our job is to provide the tools and the transparency so people can start to apply them effectively. But most of our customers are really starting with, hey, let me use AI as a productivity enhancer. Allow me to get insights or look for insights that I didn't even know that existed. Get more and more proactive, look for anomalies and things that I can be more proactive about. And then as I get comfortable, allow me to automate those actions. And with agentic AI and some of the future we see, more and more of this work will get automated. You'll start to see a hybrid role of people and automated systems working hand in hand. And we see ourselves enabling that with this ubiquitous layer of financial intelligence. Because if you don't have the data that's accurate and you're making these decisions, it reduces trust in the system. So it's important that we deliver that trusted financial intelligence to our customers so they can make good decisions along the way.
Yeah, that's a great answer. And I think what you said there was so key because you've got 14 years experience doing this. So you've got 14 years of customer data where you've seen what works, what doesn't work. So you're not starting out from a place of non-knowledge, you're starting out from a base of strong knowledge. And that, I think, even makes you more trustworthy. AI is just helping you be smarter.
And Joe, the important part I want to call out is we use anonymous data. I just also want to make sure that we always say it's customers' data is customers' data.
Right.
But we can look for patterns that you can access that we then generalize. It's like benchmarking, right? If it's standardized, it's normalized, you can benchmark. I see in many ways, we have the ability to provide them just guidance of what we think for that particular workload, a container workload, what does that look like? For an ERP workload, what does it look like? Right? What should be your metrics around, for cost of supporting a desktop? Unit economics is a big term we often use. We can start to provide some guidance for the customer themselves to benchmark across their own teams, which of these are delivering at what value point. And they can start to create some differentiation or even sometimes competition internally, and they gamify it to start to drive more productivity across the organization. So change management is a big part I hear all the time from my customers. Part of this is really getting it in the way we work and not something on the side. So how do we bring it in a natural way for our customers to adopt it? Internally, our developers are starting to use all the AI tools for developer productivity. And it's whether you're a junior engineer or a senior engineer, you use it effectively differently. As one of my leaders was saying, for the senior folks, it's the work that they don't want to do, the mundane work they want to outsource. For the junior folks, it's the expert they need to guide them. And I think it's being leveraged differently. And we see AI being very effective in terms of bringing broad adoption across the organization. But the heart of it is this financial intelligence layer. That's essential, I think, to be successful in this market.
I love the idea of AI delegation. I just love it. It's so cute. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so looking forward to the conference. Guys, I'm going to be reporting live from the conference. I'm going to be talking to all kinds of interesting folks like Ajay and talking to you about the sessions that are going on. And I can't wait.
I look forward to having more people join us. I think we're going to have a banner event. We're already almost hitting capacity. So please sign up quickly if you want to come and join us at TBM event.
Exactly. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit today. And thank you everyone for joining.